In 1939, the world was thrown into the hellish era of the Second World War. That all began with the invasion of Poland by Nazi Germany. With this came a time of discovery and ambition, driven by desperate countries trying to get a step ahead of their enemies. And with the war came many breakthroughs in science and engineering, including work on atoms. After a period of neutrality, the attack on Pearl Harbor by the Empire of Japan would drag the United States into World War II. Soon after this, the work on atomic weapons would begin. Years after American efforts to build a working atomic bomb, German scientists had already figured out the complicated physics of splitting a uranium atom. After German persecution, Albert Einstein had fled to the US. Around the same time, Enrico Fermi had fled from fascist Italy and were both living in the United States. Both of these scientists were crucial to the start of the project that would be codenamed the Manhattan Project. Fermi, the scientist from Italy, had gone to Washington, D.C. to inform the president of the dangers of Nazi Germany may have already developed nuclear weapons. Shortly after this, Einstein wrote a letter to President Roosevelt trying to persuade him to start development on atomic weapons. Realizing the need for something to put an end to the war, Roosevelt decided to proceed slowly on the Manhattan Project. Two years after the project officially started, the first official bomb test would take place. Nicknamed the Gadget, the Trinity test was the first ever nuclear explosion. After the successful Trinity test, two more bombs were created. First named Little Boy and the second named Fat Man. These were the first nuclear bombs ever used in aggression. The first one, Little Boy, was a gun type that was used on Hiroshima, Japan. The second one, Fat Man, was an implosion type that was used on Nagasaki, Japan. Now that we've used these weapons to kill over 240,000 people, it was now our responsibility to stop it from happening again.
We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.